There are no good Sapphic books, is what I would say if I haven't read the books that I am about to mention in this video. You see, back in 2020, I started reading as an active hobby. Along with that, I fell into the world of book talk. What is book talk? TikTok has an online community called Book Talk where book creators recommend their books that are their favorite. Of course, this sounds great in theory, but you find yourself getting recommended the same books over and over and over again. Where are the unique concepts? Where are the indie authors? And I know you are just as tired as I am seeing Delilah Green Doesn't Care recommended to you each time you type in Sapphic books into the search bar. Well, I'll spare you. What we need to do is we need to stay off book talk and go back to getting recommendations from people that we can actually trust. The people of BookTube. In this video, I have 15 solid women-loving women book recommendations for you to read so you have the most enjoyable Pride Month that you have ever had. Let's get into it. In a heteronormative society, coming out is an unavoidable and somewhat exhausting thing that a queer person has to do at least once in their life. These 3 books offer you insight on what coming out could be like at any age. The first book I have for you is The Lucky List by Rachel Lippincott. And this is a self-acceptance story that hits hard. We go through what it's like with Emily trying to find herself after the grief of the loss of her mother from 3 years ago took over her. Blake, an estranged childhood friend, moves back into town and helps Emily come out of her shell and into the person that she is meant to be. They spend the summer together recreating Emily's mom's senior year bucket list while growing closer together. This book holds emotional weight while also giving you a satisfying character development. 2 is Forget Me Not by Allison Derrick. This one is another coming of age that hurts so good. If you want an emotional, heart-wrenching tale about amnesia and homophobia, then this book is for you. Nora and Stevie plan to leave their small conservative town after they graduate and move to California together. It reminded me of growing up queer in the South and what that could be like and what that could possibly look like. You really get to understand the sense of fear that holding on to a huge secret has. This story wraps up in a way that you wouldn't really expect it to. My 3rd book for you is No Judgment Whatsoever. When did you realize that you were queer? Charlotte believes she's straight, right? She has no reason to believe otherwise in her 35 years of living. However, when helping Riley plan Gabby and Lou's destination wedding, Charlotte starts to realize maybe she's into women. A classic coming out story about a later in life lesbian. This one resonates with those who didn't always realize that they were queer. When you come out, okay, there's a possibility of you experiencing a deep romantic connection. It can make you feel like your life is a movie. Who doesn't love movies? Following books read like a movie. She Gets the Girl by Rachel Lippincott and Allison Derrick. This one is one of my all-time favorites. Rachel Lippincott and Allison Derrick hold a special place in YA readers everywhere. They are a married couple who are both authors. They even wrote this book together, of course. I mean, talk about goals, am I right? This is a fun college romance where we get to see an unlikely pair work together to find their commonalities. We watch their relationship blossom as they both grow into better people. Molly becomes less shy and Alex becomes less of an asshole. I mean, the time they spend together on their practice dates lead the pair to becoming best friends, or maybe even more. You'll have to read to find out. Falling in Love montage by Sierra Smith. Saoirse's mother suffers from early onset dementia, which leads Saoirse to not believe in love or happy endings or anything like that. But one summer, Saoirse meets Ruby, who offers a sort of a loophole into Saoirse's no dating, no love, etc. rule that she has for herself. They will spend the summer together recreating cheesy montage rom-com scenes, but they will end up breaking up once fall comes around and go their separate ways. Another one with an ending that you wouldn't expect. Pizza Girl by Jean Kyung Fraser. And I apologize if I did not say that name correctly. This is Weird Girl lit fic at its absolute finest. Book will make you fall in love with weird girl literature subgenre. An 18-year-old pizza delivery driver becomes obsessed with one of her customers whose young son always orders his pizza with pickles on it, of course, otherwise he will not eat it. This book will have you wondering, what kind of person is my delivery driver? And should I start eating pickles on my pizza? The answer is yes, you should absolutely try that. Read Between the Lines by Rachel Lacey. Have you ever watched You've Got Mail and thought, oh my gosh, this would be so much better if it was Emma and Regina from Once Upon a Time? Well, Read Between the Lines is that book for you. This is a grumpy sunshine romance where the two main characters fall in love in the most unlikely scenario. It's like catfishing, but if your catfish was actually hot. What is the perfect thing to balance the sweetness of a relationship between two women? It's spice, of course. Mistakes Were Made by Meryl Wilsner. This is the spiciest published book that I've ever read. And I say published book because I come from fan fiction. Cassie sleeps with her best friend's mom on the night before senior year of college orientation. Neither of the two recognize each other. They never met before this night. The following day, they officially meet in front of Aaron's daughter and Cassie's best friend, and they have to act like they don't know each other. The pair sneak around throughout the novel in hopes of keeping their little secret. The whole thing was kind of very mature. It will give you anxiety the whole time, but it will have a satisfying ending. This is Breaking Character by Lee Winter. We shouldn't be doing this. Grumpy, sunshine, age gap relationship. It's a romance where both main characters are actors on the set of a medical drama TV show. One of them get offered to play lead in a famous director's new movie, and they have to fake date in order for her to get the part. This is a beautiful story about two closeted lesbians with undeniable sexual tension. Okay. The Girl Who Bit Me by Valerie Hunter. All vampires should be some kind of flavor of queer, okay? It just makes sense. We follow two vampire best friends when everything changes after one of them bites the other. It's bloody, it's steamy, it's gory, there's lots of biting in it. We get to see the consequences of what happens when two friends have 600 years of built-up sexual tension. It will not disappoint. And there's a second one coming out on July 4th. And you see, I feel like I can speak for more people, not just queer people, when we like to say we love to see ourselves represented in media. This one is for my autistic and ADHD baddies out there. Everyone in this room will someday be dead. It's a hilarious, dry-humored book about an atheist lesbian who accidentally gets a job as a secretary at a church. She spends her time hiding who she is while simultaneously internally panicking about death. It will make you understand the mind of someone who tries to pretend to be someone they're not. Shrek beanie, cottagecore, florist, flower competition. Opal wins the lottery and leaves her dead-end job to buy a farm in North Carolina. Problem is, the farm is occupied already by Pepper, who's lived there almost her whole life. Claims the farm is hers and she's not going anywhere. Opal, being the kind-hearted, people-pleasing person that she is, but hey, she's working on it, decides that it'll be okay to cohabit this farm with Pepper until they get things sorted out. This is an opposite attract, autistic and ADHD combination that you will not want to skip. It's soft, it's tender, it's beautiful. I recommend reading this in the springtime. There's a lot of new blossoming elements to the story. Villains in fairy tales are often queer-coded. I mean, Ursula's a drag queen and Hades is your gay best friend who is brutally honest about not liking the person that you have been dating. These books will give you a feel of what it's like inside the mind of your favorite fairy tale characters from the villain's perspective. These are all written by the same person. My queen, Heather Walter, anything she writes, I'll read. I will only be holding one book up, but this is a duology, Malice and Misrule. The Malice duology by Heather Walter. Heather Walter just really understands the mind of an evil lesbian, and we love her for that. The Malice duology is a Sleeping Beauty retelling in the perspective of Maleficent, or in this case, Alice. Alice is a dark grace who helps patrons with unspeakable deeds. She's often looked down by the other graces because of her work. Princess Aurora comes to Alice for help with something, and the two start growing closer together. Perhaps a connection? Cover is stunning. The vibes are immaculate and dark, and both endings, unfortunately, are devastating, but I believe that they're worth it and you should try them. My final book for you is The Crimson Crown, of course, by Heather Walter. This is a dark fairy tale retelling in the perspective of the evil queen from Snow White with heavy Anne Boleyn influence. The main character, Aelith, and her ex have heavy Agatha Rio vibes. Lovers, 2 exes, 2 lovers, 2 maybe exes again? You'll have to see. What was their misunderstanding in the first place? Will their covens finally accept them? The sequel to this one comes out on August 11th, so you have time to read this and get prepared with all of your questions. I know you're gonna have them. I do. This has been your exclusive look on the best Sapphic books that you need to read this Pride for maximum enjoyment. You can watch the Book Report every Wednesday where we discuss a new topic each week. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and if you want to stay informed, make sure that you subscribe. Thank you for watching.